Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to the Dublin Cumann mBunscol General Knowledge Quiz. So, firstly, before we start, I'd like to thank you all for clicking in and looking at our quiz. And Dublin Cumann mBunscol is the organisation of primary school teachers that look after promoting Gaelic games in your schools. So, usually on a normal year, we would be doing our football. We would have played our football leagues before Christmas, and now going into the second and third term, so up to Easter and after Easter, we would be doing hurling and athletics. And as this year is a lot different than any other year, as you well know, we are looking at different ways in which we can continue to be active and to promote Gaelic games in different ways. And one of those ways is hosting this quiz. So this quiz is a general knowledge quiz, but it also has a kind of sporty or Dublin-y theme to it as well. Okay, it is meant for probably fifth and sixth class, but I do know there is boys and girls out there who would be in fourth class that would be well able to answer a lot of the questions. The questions were put together by a number of teachers on Cumann mBunscol, spread out all over Dublin. I myself will be your quiz master for today, and I am a primary school teacher teaching in Tarnure, and I teach second class. So, and my name is Michael Smith. I'm the secretary of Dublin Cumann mBunscol. Okay, so let me just outline how it is going to go. So, you can pause the video here and you can see this, but at any stage you can pause the video if you need to, if you need more time. I will try and leave as much time between questions as I think is necessary, but there will be some questions where I might move on a little bit quickly, so you will be able to do that yourself. Okay, that is the beauty of having it on YouTube, that you can pause, take your time and really think about some of the questions. Okay, so the layout. So the quiz has 5 rounds. They are all of general knowledge questions. There is maybe 4 or 5 questions that would be considered easy, 2 or 3 questions considered medium, and then probably 2 questions that are considered hard. Okay, and that differs from round to round. Some rounds have harder questions, some rounds have easier questions. I've broken the quiz into 2 parts. So there is part 1 and part 2. Part 1 has rounds 1 and 2 in it, and the answers to round 1 and 2. And part 2, which is another video, which is separate to this, has rounds 3, 4, and 5, and those answers. Okay, so I would ask that you do not have to go near the answers until you have tried the quiz. This is just for fun. Okay, so it's just a bit of fun. It's something different to do. Breaks. We are now a couple of weeks of remote teaching, so it's just a little bit of fun extra work to do, or something different than your normal Planet Maths or Buíochas Maths or Oberlum, your different schoolwork. Okay, so all you need is a pencil and a piece of paper. Each round will have 10 questions. So if you want, you can pause the video now and get rounds 1 and 2 ready and just have 1 to 10. They are multiple choice. I think nearly all the questions are multiple choice, if not all the questions. So you can do A, B, or C, but or write in your answers depending what it is. So if you're not sure on something, if you haven't got a clue, then you may just take a guess, is what I would do. Okay, and as I said, it's just for fun and to see how well you can do. Okay, that's all. So I think I am ready to start. As you can hear from my voice, I am not originally from Dublin. I'm originally from Galway, so some of my pronunciations might be a little country sounding, but hopefully you will be able to fully understand them. Okay, so once you are ready, so you can pause the video now until you are ready, because I'm now going to move on to round 1 and question 1. Okay. And I will leave approximately 30 seconds between each question, so as to make sure you have enough time, particularly with the easier ones. I may be a little quicker with the easier ones and a little slower with the harder ones. Okay, so let's get going. Round 1. Round 1, question 1. The Dublin men's footballers won the All-Ireland Football Championship in 2020. How many in a row have they won? A is 5, B is 6, and C is 7. Okay. Dublin men's footballers won the All-Ireland football final or football championship in 2020. How many in a row have they won? A, 5, B, 6, or C, 7? Question 2. In the TV show SpongeBob SquarePants, what type of animal is Sandy? A, octopus, B, starfish, or C, squirrel? Question 3. What company is the maker of the PlayStation? Is it A, Sony, B, Sega, or C, Nintendo? What company is the maker of the PlayStation? A, Sony, B, Sega, or C, Nintendo? Question 4. What is the capital city of Belgium? Is it A, Paris, B, Brussels, or C, Lisbon? So what is the capital city of Belgium? A, Paris, B, Brussels, or C, Lisbon? Question 5. Which board game features a get out of jail free card? Is it A, Monopoly, B, Cluedo, or C, Cops and Robbers? So which board game features a get out of jail free card? A, Monopoly, B, Cluedo, or C, Cops and Robbers? Question 6. And we have our dolphin. In December 2020, the very famous dolphin that lived in Dingle Peninsula for 37 years or more went missing. What was his name? Is it A, Flipper, B, Fungi, or C, Jeff? So in December 2020, the famous dolphin that has lived in Dingle Peninsula for over 37 years went missing. What was his name? Flipper, Fungi, or Jeff? Question 7. In which sport would I use a wicket and a stump? So in which sport would I use a wicket and a stump? A, golf, B, rounders, or C, cricket? So in which sport would I use a wicket and a stump? A, golf, B, rounders, or C, cricket? Question 8. Brie, Swiss, and Parmesan are all types of what? Ham, A, ham, B, cheese, or C, biscuit? So Brie, Swiss, and Parmesan are all types of what? A, ham, B, cheese, or C, biscuit? Okay. Question 9. And remember what I said, the last few questions in each round should be that little bit harder. Question 9. Roman numerals is a form of numbering that you might see on clocks and books. It uses letters as numbers. What number is V? Is it A, 5, B, 10, or C, 20? Roman numerals is a form of numbering that you might see on clocks and books. It uses letters as numbers. What number is V? A is 5, B is 10, or C is 20? Okay, I'll just give a few seconds for that. I will be doing a recap on all the questions at the end of the round as well. And question 10, the last question in round 1. The River Liffey flows through the city centre of Dublin. But what river flows under Dublin Castle? Is it A, the Dodder, B, the Poddle, or C, the Tolka? So the River Liffey flows through the city centre of Dublin. But what river flows under Dublin Castle? Is it A, the Dodder, B, the Poddle, or C, the Tolka? Okay. I'll just give it another couple of seconds for that one. Okay, so now that is the 10 questions in round 1. So I'm going to run very quickly through a recap of those questions so that you can see them before I start into round 2. And remember, I will be providing the answers for round 1 and round 2 after round 2. So, question 1. The Dublin men's footballers won the All-Ireland Football Championship in 2020. How many in a row have they won? Question 2. In the TV show SpongeBob SquarePants, what type of animal is Sandy? Question 3. Which company is the maker of the PlayStation? Question 4. What is the capital city of Belgium? Question 5. Which board game features a get out of free card? Get out of jail free card, sorry. Question 6. In December 2020, the very famous dolphin that has lived in Dingle Peninsula for 37 years went missing. What was his name? Question 7. In which sport would I use a wicket and stump? In which sport would I use a wicket and stump? Question 8. Brie, Swiss, and Parmesan are all types of. Question 9. Roman numerals is a form of numbering that you might see on clocks and books. It uses letters as numbers. What number is V? So Roman numerals is a form of numbering that you might see on clocks and books. It uses letters as numbers. What number is V? And question 10. The River Liffey flows through the city centre of Dublin. But what river flows under Dublin Castle? Okay, there are your questions for round 1 and your recap for round 1. Okay, so put those to a side now. Okay, and you get ready for round 2. So if you haven't got your sheet of paper ready yet, you can pause the video here. Get your sheet for the second round and number 1 to 10 again. Okay, so at this point you can pause. Okay, so if you pause, we're back and we're getting ready, and I'm going to go into round 2. So let's start. Round 2, question 1. What kind of timber is used to make hurleys for camogie and hurling? Is it A, birch wood, B, ash wood, or C, cedar wood or cedar wood? So A, birch wood, B, ash wood, or C, cedar wood. So what kind of timber is used to make hurleys for camogie and hurling? Question 2. Minecraft is a type or is a video game and app which contains various types of monsters. But which monsters are slow moving and die in sunlight? Is it A, orcs, B, wizards, and C, zombies? That is an example of one now that I actually don't know. Minecraft. So Minecraft is a video game and app which contains various types of monsters. But which monsters are slow moving and die in sunlight? A. Orcs, B. Wizards, or C. Zombies? Question 3. Which county's nickname is the Royal County? Is it A. Meath, B. Tipperary, or C. Sligo? So which county's nickname is the Royal County? A. Meath, B. Tipperary, or C. Sligo? Okay. Question 4. What was Disney's first film? So what is the first ever Disney film? Was it A. Pinocchio? This is a tough one now. Was it B. Bambi? Or was it C. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs? So what was Disney's first film? A. Pinocchio, B. Bambi, C. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I'll give a few seconds for that because that is a tough one. And it's a long, long time ago. Okay, question 5. Joe Biden, the US president, can trace his roots back to which 2 counties in Ireland? So Joe Biden considers himself half Irish. He can trace his roots back to which 2 of these Irish counties? Is it A. Monaghan and Mayo, B. Mayo and Louth, or C. Tipperary and Donegal? So Joe Biden, the US president, can trace his roots back to which 2 counties in Ireland? A. Monaghan and Mayo, B. Mayo and Louth, or C. Tipperary and Donegal? Okay, question 6. Oh, there he is. There's Joe Biden. Question 6 coming up. An Garda Síochána was recently challenged to do a dance battle to the song Jerusalem by what country's police? Was it A, the Swedish Police Authority, B, the Spanish National Police, or C, the Swiss Police Force? Okay. An Garda Síochána were recently challenged to a dance battle to the song Jerusalem by what country's police? A, the Swedish Police Authority, B, the Spanish National Police, or C, the Swiss Police? Okay. Next one up is question 7. So question 7 is, what's the smallest country in the world? Tough one as well. So which of these 3 is the smallest country in the world? Is it A, Ireland, B, Vatican City, or C, Malta? So what's the smallest country in the world? A, Ireland, B, Vatican City, or C, Malta? Okay, question 8. Oh, there's the globe popping up. Question 8. Now, these last 2 should be getting harder again, so take your time. I'll give a little bit of extra time and concentrate and see can you figure them out. Question 8 is, how many keys does a classic piano have? How many keys does a classic piano have? And I'm not talking about car keys, okay? Does it have A, 78, B, 88, or C, 98? So how many keys does a classic piano have? A, 78, B, 88, and C, RC, 98. Give you a few seconds to think about that. Right, question 9. Oh, there is the grand piano. Question 9 is next. Okay. Which sea creature has 3 hearts? Is it A, a dolphin, B, a seahorse, or I'm getting confused. A, a dolphin, B, a seahorse, or C, an octopus? So which sea creature has 3 hearts? A, dolphin, B, seahorse, or C, octopus? Give a few seconds to think about that, because that is a tricky one as well. So which sea creatures has 3 hearts? A, dolphin, B, seahorse, or C, octopus? And the last question in round 2, question 10 is, what is the Irish language text abbreviation for LOL? So LOL, laughing out loud, like so. What is the Irish abbreviation for LOL? So look at the words in English there, laughing out loud, and see, can you think of any words that mean the same in Irish? Okay, so is it A, GRMA, B, GOA, or C, NASAA? So what is the Irish language text abbreviation for LOL, laughing out loud? Is it GRMA, GOA, or NASAA? Okay, that's a trickier one as well. Right, so I'm going to run through a quick recap of the questions in round 2, and then I'm going to give you just going to pause for a second and get you a chance to make sure you have all your questions, and then I will go through the answers to round 1 and 2 and you can see how you got on. So, what kind of timber is used? Question 1, what kind of timber is used to make hurleys for camogie and hurling? Question 2, Minecraft is a video game and app which contains various types of monsters, but which monster are slow-moving and die in sunlight? Question 3, which county's nickname is the Royal County? Question 4, what was Disney's first film? Question 5, Joe Biden, the US president, can trace his roots back to which 2 counties in Ireland? Question 6, An Garda Síochána were recently challenged to a dance battle to the song Jerusalem by what country's police? 7, what's the smallest country in the world? Question 8 was, how many keys does a classic piano have? Question 9 was the one about sea creatures. So which sea creature has 3 hearts? Which sea creature has 3 hearts? And question 10, I'd say it's the trickiest in that round. Unless you're in a mBunscol, what is the Irish language text abbreviation for LOL, laughing out loud? So what is the Irish version of it? Okay. So we have now done 2 rounds. So round 1 and round 2. You have 20 questions answered. So that is all I'm going to do in this first video. In the second video, I will do rounds 3, 4, and 5. But before I do, I want to give you the answers to round 1 and 2 so you can see how you're getting on. Okay? Like you would do in a normal quiz. So if you want at this stage, if you haven't all your answers, pause this video now and just finish off those last couple of answers. And then when you unpause again, I'm going to very quickly, I'm not going to take too long, I'm going to run through the answers to each question. Okay, so pause it now if you have to. Right, so let's move on and let's run through our answers to round 1 and round 2. So round 1 answers. So the answers are highlighted in red, so you'll get to them before I even read them. So question 1, the Dublin men's footballers won 6 All-Ireland football championships in a row. And they so they won 5 in a row and then now 6 in a row. And they are going this year for 7 in a row. Okay, so question 2, in the TV show SpongeBob SquarePants, Sandy is a squirrel. C, squirrel. Question 3, the PlayStation is made by Sony. It's a Sony PlayStation. Question 4, what is the capital city of Belgium? The capital city of Belgium is Brussels. Brussels. Question 5, which board game features a get out of jail free card? It is Monopoly. Monopoly. So it's a Monopoly. Cluedo is a kind of mystery quiz or game, and Cops and Robbers is when you play outside. Question 6, in December 2020, very famous dolphin called Fungi went missing. Fungi. Question 7, in which sport would I use a wicket and a stump? You would use a wicket and stump in cricket. Question 8, Brie, Swiss, and Parmesan are all types of cheese. Brie, Swiss, and Parmesan are all cheeses, not biscuits or ham. Okay. Question 9, in Roman numerals, the number 5 is V. All right, so V is 5. So you'll see it on a clock at number 5 is V. You will see IV for 4 or VI for 6, but V is 5. Number 10, the River Liffey flows through the centre of Dublin, but which river flows under Dublin Castle? And that is the River Poddle. The River Poddle. The Dollar is in the south side and the Tolka is in the north side. The Poddle is also in the south side as well, but it runs in under Dublin Castle, like you can see in the picture here. Round 2 answers. So I hope you did well and in round 1, and give yourself a score, whatever it is, out of 10, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, or if you were really, really good, 10 out of 10. Round 2 answers are as follows. So what type of timber is used to make hurleys for camogie and hurling? It is ash, of course. And the very famous phrase, the clash of the ash. And it's getting harder and harder to get ash to make hurleys, which is a worry. And particularly now, a lot of hurleys are made from synthetic materials or different kind of materials. Question 2, zombies are the monsters in Minecraft that are slow moving and die in sunlight. Okay. Question 3, what county's nickname is the Royal County? And that is Meath. Meath are known as the Royals. Tipperary are the Premiers, and Sligo is known as the Yeats County, after the very famous poet W.B. Yeats. Okay, question 4. Disney's first film was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. C. I don't actually know the year, but it's very, very early on in the 19th century, or the 20th century, sorry, so 19 something. So Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was Disney's first film. Question 5, Joe Biden, the US president, can trace his roots back to Mayo and Louth. Mayo and Louth. Question 6, so in Garda Síochána were recently challenged to the dance battle to the song Jerusalem by what country? And it was the Swiss police, the Swiss police force. Question 7 is what smallest country in the world? And there was a bit of a trick question in that, because the smallest country in the world is the Vatican City. And you might notice who lives in the Vatican City, who's a famous resident that lives in the Vatican City. It is the Pope. So the Vatican City, even though it is very, very small and the size of a city, and city is in its name, it is actually its own independent country and is ruled by the Pope. Okay, question 8. How many keys does a classic piano has? A classic piano has 88 keys. 88 keys. Question 9 is which sea creature has 3 hearts? And that is the octopus. The octopus has 3 hearts. Question 10, last question in round 2, is what is the Irish language text abbreviation for LOL? And it's GOA. GOA, which stands for Gaire os Ards. So laughing Gaire os Ards is out loud. Okay, that was a tough one. GRMA means go around Mahagut, which is another one for thank you. And I actually don't know, I didn't do this question, but NASAA, I actually don't know what that means. So it is GOA. So give yourself a score out of 10. You've done 2 rounds now, so tighten up your 2 scores and see what you have got up until now. You can go take a break. And the next 3 rounds, so round 3, round 4, and round 5 will be in a separate video that will follow this one. So take a break before you go at the next 3 rounds because you're half an hour doing this now. Get a bit of fresh air and go back and give the next 3 rounds a go. Okay, well done so far, and I hope you are enjoying it. So I'm going to stop this. That's it. Round 3, yeah. So I'm going to stop it here now for round 3, and I will take it up again once I get a break as well. Okay, so well done.